Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amina, and I'd absolutely love it if you could subscribe to my channel to see more from me in terms of education and the like. So if you are a year 13 student, you're probably hearing back from a few of your universities that you applied to, or maybe your friends have, and you've had some offers. Might not have heard from all of them, but you've definitely had a few offers and maybe a few rejections. But over time, you will hear from every single university that you applied to, so all 5 universities will get back to you, and you will have to choose between them. So you have to choose your firm offer, and you'll have to choose your insurance offer. Now this choice definitely isn't easy, especially if you have 5 universities that you really enjoy, 5 different courses that you love the look of and you've got into them all, or maybe you've got into 2 or 3 and you really can't decide which one to choose as your first choice and which one to choose as your backup. Then hopefully this video will help you with that. I'm speaking from a place of experience. I applied to 5 universities in year 13. I got offers from every single one of them, very different offers. Some offers were all A's, some offers were BBC, so a range of offers from a range of different universities. I managed to decide between the universities by following a few different steps, so hopefully I'll go through that in today's video. And don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. It's free to learn a little bit more about what I have to say. So I'm going to break up this video into 4 different parts, and I'll leave the timestamps down below. The first part is what does a firm mean and what does insurance mean. The second part is how are you going to choose a firm choice or an insurance choice. What is it that you exactly need to do? Thirdly, I'm going to talk about how unconditional or conditional offers impact your firm or your insurance choices. For the last part, I'm going to talk about whether or not you can make a change in your decision. Your firm choice would be your first choice, essentially, the university that you are happy to go to come September, and your insurance is essentially your backup. And students usually choose their insurance as a university that has offered them lower grades, because obviously if you fail to get into your first choice, your firm, because of your grades, then of course you need to choose something that's a bit lower in order to get into your insurance. Now you are not obliged to decide or make any decisions until you have heard back from all the universities, so please don't think about it until you've heard back from every single university, all 5 universities, whether you get an offer, whether you get a rejection. And once you have accepted the university as your firm choice, that means that you're bound essentially by UCAS laws. So if that is a conditional offer where there's a condition that you meet certain requirements, then on the condition that you do meet those requirements, you have a definite place and you will be starting at university in September. If it is an unconditional offer, then you have a definite place regardless of what grades you get or regardless of anything else. And I'll talk a little bit more about conditional and unconditional offers in the third part. How exactly do you decide which to make your firm and which to make your insurance choice? I know this can be very difficult because some of us are very passionate about the things that we want to do, the courses that we want to go into, the university that we want to go into, but I think first and foremost you need to look at the grades. What grades is it that the universities have asked you for? What are your offers? And you need to be realistic. If a university has asked you for a certain grade, let's say 3 A's, and you have only been able to achieve C's in your mock exams, then you need to decide, am I able to achieve 3 A's in my exams? Am I going to be able to do that, or will I be left disappointed? And you need to be realistic. Now I know this can be really hard because we all want the best for ourselves and we want to achieve well, and that's something that everyone wants. Who doesn't want that? But we do have to be realistic. And I would recommend speaking to a teacher, asking them, what do you think I'm going to get? Now that by no means is a limit, rather you can achieve 10 times better than that. But it's definitely a good ballpark if you have a good relationship with that teacher and you know that they're going to be honest with you, and you know that they are basing their judgment on your exams and on your assessments. Then I think it is a good idea to think about what grades is it that you are most likely to achieve and which universities do you think will suit those grades. Having said that, you still have 4 months from now. You still have at least, if I say 5 months, you still have about 5 months from now. So even if you are achieving C's in your exams and your mock exams, that by no means is a limit to you. You can still work really hard and aim for A star and A. Definitely 100% possible. There's no reason why you cannot achieve that. So really put your head down and take this as an opportunity to focus on your exams. don't focus on your firm and your insurance offers. Forget about those. You might not even decide at the end of it that you want to even do that. You might want to defer and go for a gap year. But what is important and what's not going to change is your exams and your results. So it is really important that you take this opportunity to think about the grades that university wants, think about how you are going to achieve it, and then make a decision as to which you want to choose as your firm, and maybe make that as an inspiration for you, like a bit of a goal, a bit of a target, and have an insurance offer that you can at least fall back on if you don't necessarily achieve your firm grades. Now let's say you have two universities and they're asking you for a similar grade, they have a similar course, and you like the look of them both, then you do need to delve a little bit deeper into the courses. So number one, look at the course themselves. So look at what that course offers you in terms of opportunities. Can you travel abroad with that course? Is there an opportunity to work in industry? I think that's the best, really amazing, really good thing to be able to do. And in this day and age, everyone has a degree, so it's really important to have that extra experience through your degree, if possible, having to work in industry. Maybe if that degree has a corporate partner, that would be a huge advantage, and that would be a big reason to choose one university as a firm over another one. Also look at the location. What location are the two universities at? Is there one that you prefer more than the other? Do you want to move out from home? Do you want to go really far? Do you want to stay close? Definitely go and check out that university if you haven't already. So, some universities also have open days as well. So universities have open days for those that have offers and also for those that are thinking to apply for next year. So definitely find out if that university has an open day. Go and speak to someone in the department that you are thinking of starting in, and find some students that maybe are on that course, speak to them. And you are paying a larger sum of money, and it is really important that you are really confident in the university that you apply to, and don't just go to university because your friends are going there or because you just like the sound of it. It is really important that you feel yourself in that university, and you can feel yourself becoming an adult and becoming the best version of you at that university. Another thing that you should look at is the funding opportunities. So does that university have any opportunities for bursaries or for scholarships or sponsorships or stipends? I know some universities give certain amounts of money for students to attend their university, and if those are two universities that you both don't mind going to, you might as well go to the one that they're giving you some money, because obviously that will help towards tuition, and that will also help towards your general living. So definitely look at the university and whether there is opportunity and scope for you to apply for funding. Also look at the postgraduate prospects and where students that have done that course have gone to in the future. So for example, for my course, I did biochemistry as an undergrad, and when I looked at it, I saw that many students in King's went to do a PhD, went to do a master's, went into industry, into corporate, and so that kind of made me feel like, okay, that's quite good. That means that students here have a good reputation, and that means that they get good jobs, well-paying jobs, and that made me really happy and really satisfied. Do look at the stats regarding that university, which is available really easily on the website, and find out where the students that apply to that course go to when they graduate. Let's say you've chosen a course and you've chosen a university that you really want to go to. That will be your firm. And let's say you cannot decide on an insurance. It's actually better to just put a firm down and not necessarily have an insurance. Now be careful with this, because that does mean that you don't have a backup. But if your firm is an offer that you think that you can easily achieve or that you can achieve, then it's better to just have a firm, and then if for whatever reason you're not able to attend your firm, then you can always go to clearing. Now clearing has been shown over the past few years to have many good courses from some very good universities available, and they're much easier to get into in clearing than they are before during the whole UCAS process right now. I know it's a huge kind of choice and a huge decision to make at such a young age, but it is something that you do have to think about very carefully, and it's okay not to put an insurance down. That's okay, and there will be many places available at loads of really good Red Book universities, Russell Group universities available for you if you don't manage to get into your firm. Lastly, if you do make a mistake, so let's say you put down your firm, you put down your insurance, if you made a mistake, let's say you did it the wrong way around or you put down the wrong university, then it is possible to reject them all Be careful with this though, because it does mean that you won't have you won't have a definite place. But you can reject them all and find a course on UCAS Extra or on clearing when the results of the exam day comes through. So moving on, I wanted to talk about the difference between conditional offers and unconditional offers and how that's going to impact your firm and your insurance choice. A conditional offer, as I mentioned earlier, is an offer that means that you have conditions. So you must achieve AAA with an A in maths. And then an unconditional offer is the opposite, where you are in the university regardless of what you get. Your offer is unconditional, so it doesn't matter what happens, you're going to university. And as nice as that sounds, I don't like it. I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. I think that universities have started more and more to give unconditional offers, which leads to students being less determined to do well in school. It leads to students being less determined to achieve their best because they've got a place now at university. Why should they care to get the A? They can get a B, they can get a C, they'll still get in. I think it kind of leads to students being less driven, and I really disagree with that. Unconditional offers should be only given really scarcely, not something that's just thrown around. And more and more universities are becoming a business, and so that means that if they have you in the university with an unconditional offer, that's £9 a year for them. That's a bum on a seat. I think that's an amazing deal for them. But it is important for you to be sure that you are keeping up with your A-levels and that you are determined to do your best regardless of the fact that your offer is unconditional or not. Because your A-levels do matter. Even after you graduate, so post-graduation, you may be asked to give your A-level grades for law school, for example. Let's say you go into graduate med school, let's say you go into graduate dental school, let's say you go and do a PhD, whatever it is that you want to do, a master's, you will be asked for your A-level grades. And it is really important that you don't just think about the short term and that, oh well, I got into uni, it's unconditional anyway, I don't really care. It is important that you do take heed in doing your best and maintaining that focus. If you decide to make an unconditional offer your firm, that means that you're going there regardless of what happens, so you cannot have an insurance. If you decide to make a conditional offer your firm, that means that there is a chance you may not meet the conditions, and so you can have another conditional offer as your insurance, or it's possible for you to have an unconditional offer as your insurance. It's really up to you what you do with your insurance, but the firm is what really matters. If your firm is conditional, then you can have an insurance. If your firm is not conditional, so it's unconditional, then you cannot have an insurance. Can you change your mind? I know this is like the most asked question on Google. Is it possible for you to change your mind? And the answer is a yes, no. So technically the answer is no. If you've given your firm and you've given your insurance and those are down, then you are kind of bound to go to those universities. But you are not under any sort of contract, legal contract or anything like that. Let's say, for example, you wanted to swap around to go to your insurance rather than going to your firm, then you can email them both and find out whether they're happy to swap. And if that works out, then that works out for you. You can also, as I mentioned earlier, cancel all of your places and just say you don't want to go to any, decline them all, and then just go through clearing. That's also possible. But like I said, you do risk not having a permanent place, a definite place, and you may end up having to defer to reapply in the next year. It's kind of a waste of a year, but also I don't think it's that big of a deal. 1 year, it's not that much time lost, and you can do so many amazing things during that year, you can do so many amazing things during the gap year that I don't think it's time wasted or time lost. That is the end of this video. I really hope that this helped you to decide on which universities to make your firm and which university to make your insurance. Or if you'd like me to guide you on something a bit differently, then don't forget to leave me a comment down below and let me know what topic you want me to talk about and help you guys get through. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.